As a Christian, everything that you have and everything that you need will come from the pages of the Bible. That book that you've known from a child. You knew the Holy Scriptures. Don't stray away from them, because he tells them in 1 Timothy chapter 4, now the Spirit speaketh expressly. He's pounding this in. That in the latter times some shall depart from the faith. Let me go back to this picture here. This Lifting Spirits Countryside Community Church, expanding your mind. Okay, that's like mind. That's contemplative prayer, is what it is. Okay, their church, lifting spirits. There are spirits right now in prison. In Revelation chapter 9, those spirits are going to be lifted out. Lifting spirits through expanding your mind. It all goes hand in hand. And Paul said that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits and doctrines of devils. When you change the DNA of the man, you change what the man is. When you change the DNA of the church, you change. The church is not a bride anymore. It's a beast. It's a very, very large, evil, brute beast made to be taken and destroyed. It all goes back to Babel. Babel was a work that man began to elevate himself to godhood that is unfinished. Okay, they didn't quite get it done. It wasn't accomplished yet. So let's go back to Babel. You've seen the European Parliament building. It looks like the unfinished Tower of Babel. Lots of other things that we've talked about. Here's something that came up, and I kept seeing this article about China and let's see, who is it? China and Brazil and Russia and India and South Africa. All these nations that have been playing second fiddle to America. Well, they all had a meeting. Okay, they didn't invite us. They didn't invite America. They all had a meeting, and it basically was, we're the ones who are going to control all the wealth in the next 20 to 50 years, maybe even 100 years. America is not going to be a superpower anymore. In fact, it's practically in the dirt now. And we're going to meet and figure out how we're going to rise and take over. We're going to figure out that it's really going to dawn on us as Indians and as Chinese and as Brazilians and everybody else that we're the ones actually making all the products. We're the ones that are making all the money. We have all the loans, all the call centers, everything that Americans don't want to dirty their little hands to do. We're going to do it, and we're going to take over. So I've been seeing this all week, and I'm going, yeah, that's coming. My good friend Bill from Nebraska, secret broadcasting bunker in Nebraska, he said, Hoggy, he can call me Hoggy, okay? He said, Hoggy, did you happen to take a look at what this conference was called? Okay? It's the BRICS conference. BRICS. What is that word in the Bible? Like brick, okay? What do you do with bricks? Well, you clunk people over the head with it, like the Three Stooges. No, you build things with it. What do you build things with? Genesis chapter 11, verse 3. And they said one to another, Go to, let us make brick, and burn them thoroughly. And they had brick for stone, and slime they had for mortar. That's oil. Oil is what tends to tie it all together. Okay. And they said, Go to, let us build us a city and a tower whose top may reach unto heaven, and let us make us a name, lest we be scattered abroad upon the face of the whole earth. Now, remember, in the King James Bible, the exact words that they speak, where they say, Go to, let us, and go to, let us, 46 words here. Okay? And the whole Tower of Babel thing, that just kind of looks like DNA. And I'm going to bring this up on the screen. That old poster for the European Union, where they have the unfinished Tower of Babel and the 11 stars around it, the people who are building that tower, rebuilding that tower, were drawn in the image of bricks. The people are the bricks that are that are going to rebuild, that is going to be the rebuilt way to heaven. People are the bricks. And what are bricks made out of? What are they made out of? What is bricks made out of? Remember, bricks are made out of clay, dirt. That's what we're made out of. I saw this. I can't quite put it all together yet, but I think I get it. Okay? The Antichrist wants to reign throughout the whole earth. Okay? He's got to control everybody. Okay? How's he going to do that? Remember, Daniel 2 says, they shall mingle themselves with the seed of men, because iron and miry clay. Iron and clay. Clay is the human beings. They're going to put themselves inside of the clay, mingle themselves in the seed of men. Okay? Or with the seed of men. And I was just looking at the word bricks, or things associated with bricks in the King James Bible, and I saw this one. A stone, or the symbol of a stone in the Bible, the stone could either be Jesus, or the stone could be like an idol. Idols are made of stones. Okay? So watch this. Jeremiah 43:9. Take great stones in thine hand, and hide them where? In the clay, in the brick kiln. A brick kiln is like the fiery furnace. Hide them. The stones are inside the clay, which is at the entry of Pharaoh's house in Tahpanhes, in the sight of the men of Judah, and say unto them, thus saith the Lord of hosts, the God of Israel, behold, I will send and take Nebuchadrezzar, the king of Babylon, my servant, and I will set his throne upon these stones that I have hid, and he shall spread his royal pavilion over them. In other words, the way that this Nebuchadrezzar, the king of Babylon, this Antichrist type figure, is going to reign over planet Earth is through these stones hid inside the clay. I'm going to look further at this, but I think this is telling how it's going to, how is this beast going to take total dominion over everything? Okay, mingle himself with the seed of men. I've got a few minutes left here. I'm going to talk about rock and roll for a few minutes. Just an issue here that it kind of came up. Somebody sent me a video. Pastor Mike, take a look at this. And I've put some other things with it. We've been talking about Katy Perry lately. Katy Perry says, oh, my boyfriend's an E.T. and I'm from California, and I'm so cool. And now she has this interview here where you got to hear what comes out of her mouth. We talked about how she used to sing gospel music in a church, okay, and her mom and dad was kind of weird, And she says in here, oh, I wanted to be like the next Amy Grant from California, and I wanted to be cool and all this stuff. And now she's singing about I kissed a girl and I liked it and my boyfriend's an alien. If you've seen the video that come out with her and she's half human and half beast and she revives her dead alien boyfriend and all this, you get it, okay? Listen to what happened to her. Listen to what she says.
Almost 10 years ago.
Yeah, I released a gospel record when I was 15 because I grew up in a household where all I ever did was listen to gospel music, and my parents are both traveling ministers, and so I kind of sang about what was going on in my life at 15, and that's how I got introduced to the music industry. I swear I wanted to be like the Amy Grant of music,
yeah.
But it didn't work out, and so I sold my soul to the devil.
I guess I sold my soul to the devil. Let me clear up a matter of a point of theology here. Let me see if I can find this real quick here. You don't have to sell your soul to the devil. You don't have to do that. Okay? I don't know if I can find the verse here. You're already born into sin. Okay? You're already His. When you're born, you're His. You don't have to sell your soul to the devil. I believe in redemption. I believe that God can take even the worst of people. There are some people that God turns over. Yes, I believe that. But God can take even the worst of people and He